Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to be reading out of my Power of Positive Thinking. And we're starting with chapter 1, Believe in Yourself. It says, believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. But with sound self-confidence, you can succeed. A sense of inferiority, inadequacy interferes with the attainment of your hopes, but self-confidence leads to self-realization and successful achievement. Because of the importance of this mental attitude, this book will help you to believe in yourself and release your inner powers. It is appalling to realize the number of people who are hampered and made miserably by the malady of popularly called the inferior complex. But you need not suffer from this trouble when proper steps are taken. It can be overcome. You can develop creative faith in yourself and faith that is justified. After speaking to a convention of business in the auditorium, I was at a stage greeting people when a man approached me with a peculiar intensity of manner and asked, "May I talk to you about the matter of desperate importance to me?" I asked him to remain until the others had gone, and we went backstage and sat down. He said, "I'm in this town to handle the most important business deal of my life," he explained. "If I succeed, it means everything to me. If I fail, I'm done for." I suggested that he relax a little, that nothing was quite that final. If he succeeded, that was fine. If he didn't, well, tomorrow was another day to succeed. I suggested that if he relax a little bit. "I have terrible disbelief in myself," he said. "I have no confidence. I don't believe that I can put it over. I am very discouraged and just depressed. In fact, I am laminated. I am just about sunk. I am 40 years old. Why is it that my life I have been tormented by inferiority, feelings of lack of confidence, by self-doubt? I listened to your speech tonight in which you talked about the power of positive thinking, and I wanted to ask how I can get some of that faith in myself." "There are 2 steps to take," I replied. "First, it's important to discover why you have these feelings of no power. Where did it stem from? Somewhere in your childhood, somebody made you feel inferior, not important, or not significant. Maybe when you spoke, people didn't listen to you. Or maybe when you spoke, people mocked or ridiculed you. You need to give that inner child self-healing and understand that that was something for you to overcome and grow out of. And you don't need to carry it the rest of your life. That requires analysis, and it will take time. We must approach the maladies of our emotional life in a physical probe to find something wrong physically. This can't be done immediately, certainly not in our brief interview tonight, but it may require treatment to reach a permanent solution. But to pull you through this immediate problem, I shall give you a formula which will work for you if you use it. As you walk down the street tonight, I suggest that you repeat these certain words which I shall give you. Say them over and over every time until you go to bed. When you awaken tomorrow, repeat them 3 times before arising. On the way to your important appointment, say them additionally 3 more times. Do this with an attitude of faith, and you will receive sufficient strength and ability to deal with this problem. Later, if you wish, we can go into the analysis of your basic problem. But whatever we come up with following that study, the formula which I'm about to give you can be a large factor in the eventual cure. Following this affirmation which I give him, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. So, and it was 444 on the timer when I just said that. Again, it's I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's Philippines 4:13. That's one of my favorite sayings. I say it all the time. He was unfamiliar with these words, so I wrote them on a card and had him read them out loud 3 times aloud. Now, following that prescription, I am sure things will come out all right. He pulled himself up, stood up quietly for a moment, and then said, considerably feeling, "Okay, doctor, okay." I watched him square his shoulders and walk into the night, and he seemed as a pathetic figure, and yet the way he carried himself disappeared showed the faith that he was already at his work in his mind. Subsequently, he reported that the simple formula did wonders for him, and he added, it seemed incredible that for a few words from the Bible could do so much for a person. So I'm going to leave it at that, but that's absolutely beautiful. I can do all things through Christ, and you can. And that's why Jesus Christ said, you will do greater things than I have. Because God is within us all, and this is what I believe. I believe God is within us all. We are all particles of God. There's nobody on this planet or nothing on this planet that is not made of God. God made everything. So how could we all not be God if God made everything? Think about that. Really let that set in. So Jesus activated the I am within, the God within. That's how Jesus was able to tap into all those abilities. And he came here to ground in those codes into Mother Gaia. And again, this is what I believe, the Christ consciousness codes. And we all have that ability to activate that within, the Christ conscious within, become one with your higher self, become one with God, activating your divine spark, your I am. And once you do so, you will have the abilities to tap into the God's universal access of all that is. So I can do all things through Christ. I love you. Have a blessed day, and namaste.